everybody, and welcome to Class 2. We're going to be going over how to determine what's hot and due. You can look at hot and due digits, hot and due pairs, hot and due triads, hot and due tetras, and hot and due whole numbers. For the triads or tetras, you would have to use our analysis or the triad and tetra tracking Excel tool from the shop. Because on Lottery Post you can only do pairs for pick 3 and 4. You can't do triads. For the whole numbers, you can use the video that I have on using Lottery Post. It'll work for singles, doubles, double doubles, triples, quads, etc. And you can look at the past year, the past 2 years, etc. So for a 3 drawing state, you would typically look at 1 year for the whole numbers, and 3 years for a 1 drawing state, probably 2 years for a 2 drawing state. But I want to reiterate how important daily tracking is, and we do most of that on the website for you. That's going to give you a lot of the information and an edge that you need when you're playing the pick games in the lottery. Okay, so first, digit analysis. Okay, and you can do this tracking it on your own, or you can use the website. So for digit analysis, you go to your state's info here. So let's go to Florida. So Florida has the pick 2, the pick 3, the pick 4, and the pick 5. So that's why I went to Florida. But as far as digit analysis, we do have the pick 2 tracked out and what you're due and not due over here. But here's the 30 draw digit analysis, okay, for Florida. And this is both the draws together. It'll be all draws together. That's for the pick 2. You'll see the lead digit and the end digit and the total. And you'll see times since the lead digit has hit, times since the end digit has hit. And that 30 plus means that it's just been more than our 30 drawing tracking. We also have this for the pick 3. And you'll see the times it's hit and the times since it's hit. Okay, and these are the totals. These are the totals right here. So the furthest out digit in the pick 3 in Florida is a 3. It's been 11 times since it hit. And a 6. It's been 10 times since it hit. Okay. And then you can see what's hot or what's hitting low. Low is in green, high is, you can see it right here. The 16 is the total for 0. It's hit the highest. 6 is hit 10 times. So that's probably why it's lagging behind right now. So this is a recent analysis of the digits. Okay. And we got it for pick 4. And we have it for pick 5. So you can see how many times it's hit in each position and how many times it's been since it hit in each position. Digit 1, digit 2, digit 3, digit 4, digit 5. Okay. We can also use the app. And this works for the pick 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay. And you can enter in your own. Okay. And when you enter them in, you want to enter the most recent drawing at the beginning of the list. So let's go to the Mississippi Lottery. And we're going to go to Cash 3. We're going to do it for Cash 3. So we're going to choose up here for pick 3. We're going to enter 156. Because that's the most recent. And we're just going to enter it in 104. 883, 138, And you can go back as far as you want. 783. Now, for this type of game, you have a fireball. So if you wanted to do it with the pick 4 and use that 4th ball as your fireball, you could. So that's probably a better way to do a state like this. Okay? So let's do that. Let's go back through. We'll do 15. Or you can do 30, you can do 50. Okay, and so if you hit analysis, it's going to show you your digit counts. Alright, so position 1, position 2, position 3. Now for this, because we're using fireball, position 4 is going to be our fireball and any position. And it shows it how many times that each digit fell, and it shows how many times since each digit has fallen. And so if you got a blank here, that means that, you know, in position 2, the 2 didn't fall in our 15 drawings, and the 4 didn't, and the 2 didn't fall in position 4, so it only fell in position 1 and 3. Okay, so it's showing you the position, and it's showing you missing digits in each position. So in your fireball, you got a 2, 4, and 7 missing. And it shows you the furthest out digits. In position 4, 9 is the furthest out. Now you're going to have to, if you have blanks up there, you're going to have to look at that, because this furthest digit out isn't going to be correct. This is going to be the furthest out from what's actually showing up. So when you have these blanks in here, that furthest out is going to not really be what you need to look at. Highest frequency digits. So it's showing you the highest frequency digits. Okay? This right here, this pick 2, 3, 4, or 5 digit analysis, it's called WiseTrack. And it tracks that just like we just did on here. Okay? And that's going to be like $4.99 a month, and I think it's $50 a year, but it'll only have this on it. It won't have anything else. Okay? So, but if you're already on the main website, the main private website, that's there under your tools. And just so you guys know, on the private website right here, it says last update was 9/22/2025. That doesn't mean that I'm not posting every day, and that doesn't mean that it's not updated every minute, actually every hour. The auto tracking is updated every single hour. It goes through and it auto updates it. But the last time that I added something new or fixed something on the website was September 22nd. So that's what that means. So, you know, if I fix something on here or anything, I'm going to put the date up there. Usually. There's sometimes I forget to put that I updated it. With the digit analysis, any digit that has not hit in 10 or more drawings, it's overdue, because each digit is supposed to hit 1 in 3 drawings. So any digit that has not hit in 10 drawings is overdue and has to be drawn soon. Okay? 9 to 10 times in the last 30 drawings is expected. So when you're looking at our, you know, stuff for each state like we did on Florida, if it's hit 9 or 10 drawings, that's the expected average. When it starts getting to where it's hit up to 17 or 18 times, that digit is probably maxed out, and it's gonna lay low for a little while because it's hit so many times, and then the other digits are gonna start trying to catch up to it. So if it's hit about 17 or 18 times, we want to pick another hot digit. Okay. Pairs. We're going to look at pairs. There's 3 places that pairs are available inside the super sheet. Also, if you guys want to look at the video that I did for Lottery Post to look up your pairs, you can look at that. I post them daily on the discussion board over here. And it's also in the Pick 3 Hot info. Okay. So in the discussion board, you scroll down here. This shows what has been posted. If you want to post something, you can go through here. What? Okay, Google Sheets. Okay, so it showed us an error. Google showed us an error, and it said refresh the page. So we just hit the little circle and refreshed. All right, on any of this stuff, even the auto tracking, if you're on a PC, you can open it up right here. If you're on your phone, then you're going to just click on it and it'll open up, because it'll be darkened up and you'll only see this part right here, lottery chat, and then you can click on it on your phone and it'll open up. So every day I post what's all states together are favoring this past month. Okay, and so you can see all states together. 89 is the hottest boxed pair. 62 box pairs close behind that, and then we got the other box pairs. So I go through quite a bit there and show you. I also do for each region what's hot for pairs, and then each state's info. This is for 1 month for each state, and it shows all the pairs that are hot for each state. This is Pick 3 information, and this is the Pick 4 information. This is the best single pairs and the best double pairs for each state in the Pick 4. Okay, and there's an app for this and an ebook, but under the key digits method, it does show you the app is at the bottom of the page. And let's see, it's not at the very bottom because Pick 5 is there. But you got the Pick 4 strategy. If you know one pair, here's the smart math, and it goes through that. And there is the if you know one pair. So, if you've been seeing on your discussion board, or if you're doing your pair research yourself, and you want to get the ebook lists each pair, and it lists out for single pairs. It's going to list the 28 singles, the 24 doubles, the 1 double, and the 2 triples. And for a double pair, it lists the 36 doubles for that pair, the 9 doubles, and the 9 triples. There would be 1 quad for that double pair. I haven't listed that in the book or on here, but you would know that, if you got a 22 pair, it can fall as a quad 2 as well. But since quads don't fall as much, that's what I did here. So you can put your pair in like a 0-5 and look it up, and there's your singles, your doubles, and then I do a cut doubles, which would be that single pair with everything except the 0 and the 5. So it'd be 0511, 0522, 0533, 0544, 0566, 0577, 0588, 0599. That's just your cut doubles if you wanted to do it that way. And your doubles and your triples for that double pair. That's it. And, or that's a single pair, sorry. So if we did a double pair, say 11, it's going to give you your 36 doubles, your 9 doubles, and your 9 triples. So I want you guys to get really good at looking at a whole number and being able to extract the pairs out of it in your mind. Now that might take a little bit for the Pick 4, but for the Pick 3, you should have that down by heart. And for the Pick 4, you should be doing that as well. You should be practicing. Practice makes perfect. In the pick 3, we have the front pair, the split pair, and the back pair. And so let's look at the pick 3 hot information, okay? And this is each state, okay? And this is the extended version, because if you go to the home page, and it takes a little while for these to load, okay? It does take a little while for these to load, but right here, all right, you got yesterday's missing and hot. And then you got right here, this is all states. Pick 3, pick 4, and pick 5. And it shows you for the pick 3, it shows you the top box pairs. And this isn't just for the past month. This isn't just for last week. This is consistently. We do an analysis to see which ones are consistently higher hitting. So we do our analysis on which ones are the higher hitting. You got your 10 box numbers, 27 straight numbers, cache 4. Arizona doesn't have a cache 4, but Arkansas does. We got the top box triads, the top 5. We do a consistent analysis to see which ones are steadily hitting higher, and we give you some numbers with that. And we also do pick 5, some numbers here. But on this actual the pick 3, pick 4, and pick 5 hot pages, it shows you more. That's just a general overview for people who just want to see real quick what's going on. So let's walk through Arizona just a little bit, and I'm going to open this up. And it shows you for ball 1 which digits are the top 3, which digits are the bottom 3. That means those are consistently cold. Consistently hot for ball 2. And it's the same thing over here. This would be 402. That's ball 1. This is ball 2. And this is ball 3. It's just a quick overview. And I'll show you guys some more stuff about that later on. For all of the digits together, it does it for you. So this does it for you. The top 3 digits in Arizona are 7, 2, and 3. Okay? Consistently hot. And then we take the top 5, and we wheel those. And we'll go over that a little bit later in this video. So if you can get the best 5, 6, or 7 digits, you're going to have a smaller pool of numbers to play. But we'll go over that. It also does your top 10 consistent box pairs, and that would be in any position. So that's the top 10. We got the top 5 listed below here, but they're going to be the same as 28, 16, 19, 29, and 04. Okay? You've got your front pair, which pairs are the hottest for your front pair, and that would be positionally straight. Okay? Your split pair and your back pair. And this would be any position straight. Those are your top 5 pairs. Any position boxed. We see that 28 is our top pair boxed, and 82 is how it plays straight. Okay? 82 is how it plays straight. And you can go through these, and like I said, I will do another video on this, but like in this little tic-tac-toe, you can see which digits are showing up the most. And I do it where if I see, a digit repeated, so we got that 2 and we got that 7 repeated. Well, there's that 2 and that 7 in our any position. This is ball 1, ball 2, ball 3. So this is positionally. And then on top of that, in any position, that 72 is hot. And you can look and see if that 72 is in the top box pairs. It's not, but I would look at that 72. All right. We also show you the furthest out. So out of the consistent hot information, it shows you what's the furthest out. Our top missing box pairs out of the consistent hot is a 15 and a 67. And then you go over here and this will tell you 0, 1. This is the furthest out in general, overall, not just out of the hot information. So 0, 1. And we can go back over here and see if 0, 1 is a low hitting pair. All right. Which go into sums. A lot of times the cold pairs are going to have a 9 and an 8 in them. So those are going to be the ones that are a higher sum. Okay. Because middle sums hit the most. All right. But 0, 1 is not one of our cold. I have seen that the furthest out is a cold pair. So it's just like, we don't even want to bother with that. Until it hits, it might cluster up. But right now, 0, 1 is not on our bottom. So a 0, 1 is due out in Arizona. And out of the hot, it's a 15 and a 67. So putting that 0, 1 and that 1, 5 together, because they have a similar digit, 1, you could create the number 0, 1, 5. Okay? This other stuff is just doing stuff for you. It's just putting 0 through 9. So this is the consistent hot pairs with the consistent hot digits. Okay? So we're putting the consistent hot pairs with the consistent hot digits. This is straight info, okay? And what we did with the 27 hot numbers, that is exactly the method that I used. So I did this 402 in ball 1, 751 in ball 2, 237 in ball 3, and I put those together, you know, all the possible numbers that would happen, okay? So, and I show you guys in a short how to do that if you know those top digits on Lottery Post. It does positional wheeling as well, but we wheel that out for you, and that's what we have on the home page as your 27 top straight box numbers. We do have the information already done for you, a lot of it. The pick 4 is not as in depth, but I do want to get that as in depth. The pick 4 just shows you the top boxed triads and the top straight triads, and it shows you the top digits, the top 5 digits, okay? And it does show you each positionally right here. So this will be ball 1, the best digits for ball 1, best digits for ball 2, best digits for ball 3, best digits for ball 4, okay? And on the pick 5, I just did the tetras. Okay, the 4 digits out of 5 digits, you got the hot single tetras, you got the missing single tetras, you got the hot doubles, the missing doubles, the hot double doubles, the missing double doubles, hot triples, missing triples, and the missing quads. Pair information is also on the super sheets. So the pairs for each state should be for pick 3, not for pick 4. I post those Monday through Friday for pick 4. But you've also got the most severe numbers. We'll get into that in a minute. So I'm going to open this up. This is the super sheet for pick 3. And it's going to have different tabs. This is our severely overdue digit tracking. You have, alright, this is for Arizona. Okay, so if you, this is Arizona, you can see it's Arizona right there, and it's Arizona right here, and then right beside Arizona we've got all states, what's happening in all states, what's the hottest in all states, and hot's going to be red and cold is going to be blue, and it'll show you under here, right here, we got the 89 pair, which I showed you guys that I posted. That's the hottest pair. This is boxed right here, and this is straight right here. So our 89 pair right here, it's falling 143 times, and the 62 is falling 139 times. So you can easily look over here and see what's going on. Now this is for Arizona, and each state will be underneath the other one. So if you go to Arizona, This is your straight stuff. This is your boxed stuff, okay? And you can look under here and it'll show you in this little hot area 73. I mean, but you can look for yourself. Where's our 73? Right here. The color coding is weird. But at any rate, this is for Arkansas. And you can look down here and say that 08 pair. You see the 08 pair. The 79 and the 05 and the 49. Okay. It's got quite a few listed. Alright. This is for California. Let's see, let's make sure. Yep, CA is right there. This is our box pairs. And it shows you which ones are hot. You can walk through here and see each state. It's got a digit count and it's got a pair count. So there's several places, several ways to do this. On your phone, it might not work too well. You might have to turn your phone to the side and some of these tabs will get sticky. On Notepad, it works really well. On an iPad or an Android iPad, whatever you call them, tablet, it works pretty well. So you can get to the tabs here. Okay? I do want you guys to get good at looking at the whole number and being able to extract the pairs. Like I said, that might take some time in Pick 4. So if we have the number 3, 4, 7, for example, 3, 4, and 7, you see that front pair is 34. Okay. The split pair, that would be the first digit and the last digit. So that's a 37. And the last two digits are the back pair, and that is a 47. So those are your pairs. 34, 37, and 47. Front pair, split pair, back pair. You should be able to look at a whole number and pull it apart to recognize its digits and its pairs. Triads if it's a Pick 4 number. Tetras if it's a Pick 5 number. So for a Pick 4 number, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Your front triad is going to be 1, 2, 3. And you've got two split triads. You would go 1, 2, 4. Then you go 1, 3, 4. And then you got your back triad, which is 2, 3, 4. And for a Pick 5, you have 4 digits out of 5. So those first 4 digits are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you'd go 1, 2, 3, 5. Then you'd go 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. And then you'd go 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So you have 4 of those inside of a Pick 5 number. 4 tetras. Okay? And any of these, with the pairs, the triads, or the tetras, you would add 0 through 9 to them to make 10 numbers. Okay? Now, you want to think about the types of numbers you're creating. So, when you go to the tools on the site, you go to the pair number reduction. Okay? And what this is going to do, so like say that you have the 0-1 pair. You're going to make 10 numbers out of that. 0-1-0, 0-1-1, 0-1-2, 0-1-3, 0-1-4, 0-1-5, 0-1-6, 0-1-7, 0-1-8, and 0-1-9. And, you know, this is going to make certain numbers. You know, 2 of those are going to be doubles, always, with a pair. There's going to be mirrored pairs with a single pair. You're going to have mirrored pairs. You may have a straight series if that is a straight pair. If that's a by one is a straight pair. I know that's kind of confusing because we use straight for exact order, and we also use straight for series or sequences when we're talking about a by one pair, a consecutive or a sequenced pair. So that's a series, that's a straight type series or a by one type series. You also have, if you've got all low numbers and stuff like that, this is a good mix. Those two are not low. The digits are not all low. It's not a straight series. It's not a mirrored pair. It's not a double. So it gives you the leftovers right here for that pair. So you really want to be thinking about that. You know, if you're not due a mirrored pair, then you wouldn't want to play a mirrored pair number when you add 0 through 9. There's lots of things that you got to consider when you're adding that 0 through 9 to a pair, a triad, or a tetra. So you want to keep those things in mind. We're going to look at the pair types. They are tracked on the website. Okay? So let's go to each state. Let's go to Arkansas. Now this says Arizona right here only because this is listing all of the states again. It's a quick menu so you can get to another state if you wanted. So you're on Arkansas right now. It says AR right there. And then this is a drop down that will take you to any other state. But you have to press that arrow. And it'll take you to any other state that you want to go to. We're going to open up the sheet. And we got pair types and we got pair sets as well. Because if you notice, I did the pair tracking just like in the super sheet. Now this is just straight analysis, okay? But the pair tracking is done to where this is a mirrored set. 0, 1, 5, 6, 0, 6, 5, 1. That's a whole mirror set. I marked it by M1 for mirror. Mirror 1, mirror 2. Your second mirror set would be a 0, 2, a 5, 7, a 0, 7, and a 5, 2. Okay? And then your third mirror set would be a 0, 3, a 5, 8, a 0, 4, and a 5, 3. Those are all mirrored counterparts. So that's why I did it that way. So we're going to look at the tracking. And over here is the pair. And you can see I've done the return pairs as well. So you can see how many times there is a return pair. This is in a 50 drawing analysis. This is a return pair and this is a repeat pair. It repeated from the very next drawing. That's what the repeat pair means. It's repeating from the very next drawing. Right here we got a repeat pair 8. So you can see how many times there's in the very next drawing a repeat pair. And that will cluster up. You see how see how down here in the very next draw it's not really doing that. And then all of a sudden it starts clustering up repeat pairs. And then it stops doing that. So you can find a time where repeat pairs are trending in your state just by looking at this information. And it shows the pair type. These are the pair type. You got a double pair, a flip pair, and it shows you the front pair, split pair, and the back pair, mirrored pair, a by fours pair, a by twos pair. So we've got everything marked on here. Also, just real quick, over here we've got our stacking, and that's color coded because we want our mirrored digits to be color coded the same. So we can see this is like a quad 1 or a quad 6 or a triple 1 or a triple 6 in our stacking. This is like a triple 3 in our 2 in our stacking, sorry. So you can see where it's stacking up. This is a 0, 0, 0, 0 and a 5, 5, 9, 5. Did we have anything happen with zeros and fives right after then? Did we have it happen close to Arkansas, in Arizona, or in California? On the board, that would be close, alphabetically. And geographically, Arkansas, you would look at what's near Arkansas. Okay, so you can see back there on that date. Let's look at this date. after that happened and see if anything happened like that. So that's how you use your stacking. That would be on the 1st of October. That happened on the 1st of October in Arkansas. And, you know, the pick 3 and the pick 4 kind of run together. The pick 5 as well. And, you know, the very next day we have a 555 in Wisconsin. Now, if you're going on the all states board, you got to understand that the top states do go with the bottom states. So, Arizona and Arkansas and Atlantic Canada, it's kind of like a circle. It just starts over. So, when you get, down to Wisconsin, you want to put Atlantic Canada, Arkansas, Arizona down here. So, Wisconsin on the all states board is close to Arkansas. And so that Arkansas stacking for pick 3, gave us something in the pick 4. And, we have the stacking for pick 4 as well on the site. Okay? We can look at the pair types. The by ones, there's a difference of 1 or 9. The by twos, there's a difference of 2 or 8. The by threes, there's a difference of 3 or 7. And the by fours, there's a difference of 4 or 6. The mirrored pairs, which are false doubles, their difference is 5. We're only concerned with the pair types 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We call the by ones a straight pair. The by twos, that's a by twos. And a by threes is a flip pair. And the by fours, we call them by fours. Some people will call them carryovers. I used to call them carryovers, but people got confused as to carryover digits. Digits carrying over from the last drawing, which happens 50% of the time or more. The reason that we're only concerned with 5 of these is because of how lottery math works. We are covering all of our pair distances by doing this, and this is because we're on a range of 10. That's why whether you add or subtract 5 is still the same mirror. You're still going to get the mirror number whether you add or subtract 5. So we've got a 9, and if we add 9 to that, that's going to be 18 in regular math, but in lottery math, that's an 8. And so that's the same thing as minus 1. Let's add 7. That's going to be 16. That gives us a 6 in lottery math. So that 9 and that 6 have a difference of 3. If you want to find the difference, you take the larger number and you subtract the smaller number. That's the same as minus 3. It's going to be the same thing. So that's a flip. We know 6 is a flip of 9. So if you're adding 3, that's the same as subtracting 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 add 3 is the same as 9 minus 7. That's our chart. If you're adding 1, you're doing the same thing as subtracting 9. Or if you're adding 9, you're doing the same thing as subtracting 1. If you're adding 2, you're doing the same thing as subtracting 8. And if you're subtracting 2, you're doing the same thing as adding 8. Whether you add or subtract 5, it's going to be the same thing as well. How you can really learn this really easy is these two digits are going to add up to 10 because we're on a scale of 10. 1 and 9 add up to 10. 2 and 8 add up to 10. 3 and 7 add up to 10. 4 and 6 add up to 10. And 5 plus 5 adds up to 10. So we're only concerned with the pair types by 1s, by 2s, by 3s, by 4s, and by 5s, which is a mirror. And this is why. From our number that we used, 347, the 34, we know that's a consecutive pair. It's a by 1 pair. The difference is 1 or 9. With a 37, you got a difference of 4 or 6. And you can see that easily by taking the largest number, which is 7, and subtracting the smallest number, which is 3. So 7 minus 3 is a difference of 4, plus 4 or a minus 6. The difference between a 4 and a 7, you take that 7, subtract 4, that's a 3. So that's our flip. That's a flip pair. And you guys, you want to be able to look at these and say really quickly what type of a pair it is. A really easy thing to do, you know what a by one pair is. It's a consecutive pair. It's really easy to look and see if it's a flip pair, if those are a flip. It's really easy to see if it's a mirror. For the by twos and the by fours, it's going to be a by two or a by four if it's all even or all odd. 2 and a 4 is all even. Or if it's all odd, 3 and a 7 is all odd, it's going to be a by two or a by four pair. Okay? If it's a single, and that goes with numbers too, an all even number, that's going to be a by two or a by four. If it's an all odd number, it's going to be a by two or a by four. So you could do 260, that's a by four series number. This is a by two series number. But you can always tell really quickly if you're working with a by two or a by four because it's all even or all odd. A single. It's an all even single or an all odd single. Let's move on to expected odds or expected averages. And the private site has an odds calculator under the tools. It's really important to know your expected odds or your expected averages. Same thing. When we're tracking, we want to know those expected odds. So we want to know that our singles are drawn 7 in 10 drawings. They're drawn about 70% of the time, and the doubles are about 2.7 in 10 drawings, so about 3 in 10 drawings. Or I'd say 1 in 4. 1 in 4 drawings. So when it's been missing 3 times its odds, it's going to fall soon. Doubles are supposed to show up 1 in 4. So if it's gone 12 drawings without a double showing up, then you want to start looking for doubles to cluster soon. You know, you could say it owes us this many. If doubles are supposed to fall about 3 in 10 drawings, and they've went 10 drawings without having any, then unless the last 10 drawings they drew 6 of them, so that'd be double their odds, you know, unless that happened, and then that's why you're going missing. Then you can expect, if that didn't happen before, that, you know, if you've got 10 drawings and you haven't had a double, then they owe you 3 doubles. So they're probably going to hit at least 2 of them really close together. The odds even out, basically. And this is because the law of large numbers. If they drop too much at some point, they'll start dropping much less than their odds. And if they've droughted and dropped well below their odds, they're going to start clustering up and catch up to even out. This is why tracking, along with knowing your expected odds, is super important. It's going to be a game changer. You'll know what's hit too much, and you'll know what's due to start hitting in clusters. You'll know what's hit too much and what's due to start hitting in clusters, and can adjust your game. So when we know what's expected, we know what has to be done to even out the odds or to get close to those odds. So understanding the expected odds is going to be a crucial step in being able to understand what may fall next or what may happen next. The lottery is a random number event, but it's going to be better for us to play smarter, better than just shooting in the dark. How many times is a triple supposed to hit? 1 in 100 drawings. How many times is a by one series, or we call them a straight series, supposed to hit? 1 in 16.7 drawings. So let's look at our odds calculator. We're going to go under tools. We're going to go to odds calculator. We'll pick 3. This is pick 3 box pairs, but this is pick 3. For the by one series, you have 10 of those. 10 singles. It's 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 0, and 9, 0, 1. There's 10 of them. So this will calculate the odds. The straight odds, of course, are 1 in 100 drawings, because that's just like a triple. If you played all those numbers straight, that's 10 numbers, so it's going to be 1 in 100. But the boxed odds are 1 in 16.67 drawings. How many times is a by one series supposed to hit? 1 in 16.67 7 drawings. If you have 5 singles, that's going to be your 1 in 33.4. So that's your boxed odds for 5 singles hitting. If you have 20 singles, that's going to be, the boxed odds are 1 in 8.3. So if you had 20 singles, their odds are 1 in 8.3. So for 10 singles, their odds are 1 in 17 drawings, basically. If you have 10 doubles, their odds are 1 in 33.33. So about 1 in 34. So 10 doubles, that's their odds. This odds calculator will also do mixed odds for you. So if you wanted to play 10 singles and 10 doubles together, you could calculate their odds. And it's going to show you the odds for the singles separately, the doubles separately, and then it'll show you the combined odds. So 10 singles, playing 10 singles and 10 doubles, their odds are 1 in 11.11 drawings. You can do the same thing with pick 4. Say that you wanted to play 10 singles, 10 doubles, and 10 doubles and 10 triples, okay? And their odds are going to come up separately and together. So down here at the bottom, it'll show you the combined odds, 1 in 21.74 drawings. So you can see for pick 5 as well. It works pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, and pick 5. And like I said, if something's going 3 times its odds over, then that's going to be, coming up soon. And we track this. On the Super Sheets page, the first sheet, it'll just show it. And you can use these severe singles with the profit plans that I have on the site. Just got to wait for these to load. It's going to be blank right here. You just got to wait. Sometimes it takes longer than others. I've tracked sets of 10, okay, all throughout here. And then I have them in a nifty little list right here to tell you which states. If your state's not listed, then that means you don't have anything that's overdue like that. Mississippi's got their severe set right here. It's a by 2 series. Mississippi is due those. But you can see Arizona, California. And I did all 120 singles into sets of 10. So it's not just doing your series numbers. It's doing more than that. I also did the same thing with the pick 3 doubles. I did the 90 doubles into sets of 10. And so it shows Arkansas, California, Colorado's got sets due. Connecticut doesn't. There's nothing under your state. It says if there's nothing listed under your state, there's nothing severely due. So this is Delaware. Florida doesn't. Idaho doesn't. Illinois doesn't. But Indiana does. So you can look here and see if your state has anything underneath it. Mississippi doesn't have any doubles underneath it. Tracking it out 3 times its average. Okay? And there are profit plans down here to play 10 pick 3 singles for 48 drawings online. It's not, if you're looking at this severely overdue, it's probably not going to take 48 drawings. And this is in the store, 10 box singles. You can play them for 30 drawings and still make a profit. Here's the boxed doubles, playing them online or playing them in the stores. So that way you can still use this progressive plan and use these severely overdue singles and doubles and make a profit. Not just hit, make a profit. You will make a profit. Let's move on to sums. Sums are tracked in the pick 3 and the pick 4 super sheet. Now, we of course know that the middle sums are going to fall a lot more than the low sums or the high sums because there's more numbers in that middle range. Another thing about sums is they will usually not, now this is usually, they won't drop the same sum back to back. So you won't see the same sum that was dropped in the very last drawing. You can usually eliminate the sum that fell in your most recent drawing. Not always, but most oftentimes they do not repeat a sum back to back. If they start repeating a sum back to back, then just like with the repeat pairs that I showed you, you know that this is trigger behavior. Repeats are trigger behavior. This is very important. If you're not hitting boxed, or if you're not hitting your numbers any order, playing them any order, please don't try to play straight to play exact order. If you're not hitting a number and you're playing your numbers any order, then you're not going to hit a straight exact order number. It's not going to happen. If you're not hitting in the pick 3 right now, stick to the pick 3 and don't try to play the pick 4 until you've mastered the pick 3. Same with the pick 5. Don't try to play pick 5 until you've mastered the pick 3 and the pick 4 games first. But the pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 will play off of each other. So you can look at what's going on in other games, but don't try to play the pick 4 if you haven't mastered the pick 3 first. Now, we're going to get into wheeling, and I did this class years and years ago. So I'm just going to go to where I wheeled the digits in the class that time. I told you guys that one of the things I want you to do is to be able to look at your hot, your do, your, look at your expected averages so you can get like 6 of the best digits. Let's just say that we were using this information. So we said that 0, 2, 4, 5, 8, and 1. 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8. 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. So that is 6 digits. It's going to give you 20 digits. Alright. So what we do is we go 0, 1 in each digit. So we go 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 4, 0, 1, 5, and 0, 1, 8. Then we go 0, 2. So we go 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 8. Oops, that's not right. 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 5, 0, 2, 8. So we went 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 5, 0, 2, 8. We just paired 0 and 2 with all these digits. Then we go, we're done with, we go 0, 4, 5, 0, 4, 8. And then we go 0, 5, 8. Okay, we're done with 0. Now we move on to 1. So we go 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 8. So we're done with 1, 2. Now we go to 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 8. Oops, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 8. Alright. Now we go 1, 5, 8. 1, 5, 8. Now we're done with 1. We go to 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 8. Now we go to 2, 5, 8. 2, 5, 8. 5, 8. Now we're at 4. And all we got with 4 is 4, 5, 8. And we're done. That is 20 numbers. 6 digits covered more than half the board and gave us 20 numbers. If you did this with 7 numbers, 4, 5, 8. You did this with 7 digits, it will give you 30 numbers. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3. So we're going 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 4, 0, 1, 5, 0, 1, 8. So we got 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 4, 0, 1, 5, 0, 1, 8. Then we go to 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 5, 0, 2, 8. Then we go 0, 3, 0, 3, 4, 0, 3, 5, and 0, 3, 8. Alright, and then we go we're done with 0, 3, so we do 0, 4, 5, 0, 4, 8. Alright, and then 0, 5, 8. And now we're done with 0. And now we go 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 8. Then we go 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 8. Then we go with 4, 1, 4, 5, and 1, 4, 8, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 8. And then we go 1, 5, 1, 5, 8. Then we move on to 2. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 8. So 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 8. Then we move on to 2, 4. That'd be 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 8. And then 2, 5, 8. 2, 5, 8. Then we move on to 3. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 8. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 8. Then we go 3, 5, 8. And then, so we went 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 8, and 3, 5, 8. And then we move on to 4. So we got 4, 5, 8. So 7 digits gives us 35 numbers. But I want you to know, if you've got 5 or 6 good digits you can wheel, then you're doing great, because if you got 5 digits, you're covering half of the digits, half of that range, half of the range that we play. If you got 6 digits, you're covering more. If you got 7 digits, you're covering almost all. So what we're doing here is we're creating a smaller pool to pull our numbers from. You know, this way, it's a smart way to take advantage of the odds. It's using the odds to your advantage. So when you pick the numbers to wheel, the digits to wheel, you can use hot digits, and you can use your last winning number if you want to. You can look at a little bit of both. The free website has a free singles wheeler, and this is what we're doing, is wheeling singles in the pick 3 because they hit more in the pick 3 than the doubles do. So it will wheel all the singles in the cash 3, 4, or 5 games. On the private website, it will wheel all numbers and put them into categories for doubles, double doubles, triples, and all that. So that way you'll have them separated, and you just select your digits and select the game, and it wheels it for you. And you can copy those numbers and you can clear it. Alright, so in the pick 3, if you have a single number falls, like 1, 2, 3, all the digits are different. 2 out of 3 times, one of those digits is going to return in the very next drawing. It's like 66%, I think. It's almost 2 out of 3 times when you have a single, one of those digits are going to fall in the next drawing. If you have a double that drops, one of those digits is going to return in the very next drawing 50% of the time. So that's why I said half of the time or more, you're going to be repeating one of the digits from the very last drawing that dropped. Now, we've covered sequences or series a little bit here. We, want to know that we have pick 3 and pick 4 whole number series And they are tracked on the private website. Those are tracked on the private website. It tells you in the Pick 3 and your Pick 4 tracking sheet and your Pick 5 tracking sheet. It tells you if you're due a series or not. Okay. Now, we also have series triads in the Pick 4. I know if you start tracking the series triads in the Pick 4, you're going to be really pleased with the results that you get. Make sure you know the series by heart so you can recognize the series numbers immediately. All right. Now, let's look into pooling a little bit more with the divide and conquer in the super sheets. Okay. So we're going to look at the Pick 3 super sheet. We're going to wait for it to load, and then we see this divide and conquer. Okay? And we can look at this. It's right here. We've got all of our 40 series numbers. Our by ones, our by twos are listed in this column. Our by threes are listed in this column. Our by fours are listed in this column. So we got our by ones, our by twos, our by threes, and our by four series. A by five series is going to be it's going to be a false triple. That's what it's going to be. So that's in the doubles category over here. Okay. So that's 40 numbers. That's 40 series numbers. Then we've got numbers with mirrored pairs. Okay. Numbers with mirrored pairs, there's 40 of those. We're talking about singles over here. And then you got 40 additional numbers that are not in these two categories. Okay, that are not a series number, and they're not a number with a mirrored pair. They're over here with what I call the rest. This is color coded. You got blue for series, pink for mirrored pairs. The rest is yellow, and the doubles are green. Okay, and all of these, their odds are about the same. Let's look at our odds calculator. So we're going to do singles. We got 40 in each of those sets. Okay, we got 40 single numbers. Let's look at their odds. And their boxed odds are 1 in 4.17. So it's about 1 in 4. Okay, now let's look at our 90 doubles. We're only going to put doubles in here. We're not going to put singles. And we're going to calculate the odds. And that's about 1 in 3.7. So we could say about 1 in 4. That's dividing the Pick 3 lottery into 4 equal parts and conquering it. So in the super sheets under the divide and conquer, it shows you which states. The states are over here. They're listed over here. And it shows you Arizona, it's overdue for a series, for one of those 40 series numbers. Arkansas is overdue for one of those 40. Okay, Iowa, right here, Iowa is severely overdue for that rest section. Okay, so is Minnesota, severely overdue. Not just overdue, not just due, but severely overdue. Okay, so that's easy to see right there on the divide and conquer. I may do a map for this, you guys. I do have maps. All states due out. If you look over here, I do have maps. So I am changing some things. So this tells you which states are due and overdue and severely overdue. Hold on, it's loading, so it's going slow. Okay. So this is Pick 3 doubles. And it shows you the blue is due, the orange is overdue, and that's severely due, and that's severely overdue. Okay? So you can just immediately see which states are due for doubles right here. And if you hover over it, it's going to tell you which state. Okay? I may do the series and the rest and all that on a map soon. But for right now, we've got the doubles. This is outside of the U.S. There's nothing due. That would be Canada and Puerto Rico. Here's our Pick 3 triples. It tells you which states are due and overdue for that. We've got one state that's severely overdue. That's Arizona. That's going to cluster whenever it drops. We won't even play them until it drops. because we know it's going to cluster when it drops. You can see these are all due. They've been 100 drawings since, you know, a triple and pick 3 is hit. Okay? And then we have outside of the United States. Like I said, that's Canada and Puerto Rico. We have the double doubles that are due and overdue. We have the pick, that's for pick 4. We have the pick 4 triples that are due and overdue. And we have the quads that are overdue, due and overdue. Okay? So we have maps for all of that. Alright? And I might do a map for this soon. But it is in the super sheet. And you can clearly see which states are due and overdue. And severely overdue. Okay? We'll look at Arkansas again for the due series. Okay? That's the Cache 3 tracking. It's still loading up here. It's still got an X, so I'm going to wait for it a little bit. So this is the pick 4 sheet for Arkansas. Okay? And as you can see, it shows you whether it's do a double-double, do a triple, do a series, do a straight series, a flip series, or an even odd series. Okay? So it'll tell you yes or no over here real quick. Alright, now, one of the other things I wanted to show were the sums. We're going to go to the super sheet for the sums. We're going to let this load. Okay? So we're going to go down to the pick 3 and pick 4 super sheet. Open that up again. That's the pick 3 super sheet. And we have the pick 4 super sheet, which, by the way, the front sheet shows you in all states what triads are hot. So you can see which ones are hot and which ones are due. If you scroll down, the single triads that are hot on the board, right there. Those are the single triads that are hot on the board. And you can go back up here and look and say, okay, which ones are super hot? Well, that would be the 7, 8, 9. That's hit 62 times. Okay? And you could, you know, look at those and see which ones are the best. Your double triads are over here. Doesn't show you down there, but you can tell which ones are the hottest. You got 2, 2, 3. You got 2, 2, 4, 0, 1, 1. So you can see which ones of those are hitting the highest. And blue is cold. Alright, so we're going to look at our sums. Under Sev sums. Okay. We got this sums and the root sums. Okay. Now a root sum may repeat in the next drawing. But a regular sum, like I said, it usually doesn't repeat in the very next drawing. Unless something's going on. So each state is over here. We got Arkansas. And I've got the middle sums. You can see the low sums up here. Then we've got the middle sums in yellow. It lists if you got one of these middle sums that have been missing. Okay? It lists this for each and every state. And it also tells you if you've got a root sum that's due, overdue, or severely overdue. And I think it'll list it if it's severely overdue. Yep, right here it lists severely overdue is root sum 2 in Connecticut. But our pick 3 sheet also has it. It has it done for each state, and it'll tell you if right here sum 9 is missing. Okay, in this yellow part right here, sum 9 is missing, and the root sum 9 is overdue. You can see, is it due, is it overdue, is it severely overdue? Right there. This is Arkansas pick 3. And you can see that sum 11 is due out. That middle sum in Arkansas is due out. Okay? The low sums and the high sums, like I said, do not hit as often. But we do have these middle sums marked for you in the pick 3 and in the pick 4. Guys, we've covered a lot in class 2. You can do some of this tracking on your own, or you can utilize the website where the tracking is done for you. You can get 5 or 6 or even 7 good digits and wheel them out. Then you can look at your sums and compare that. You can look at what hit in the last drawing, you know, when you're looking at your hot digits Any of these things are going to use the odds to your advantage. You guys have a great day and good luck.